Oh, snap. Here we go. It's Money Monday. About to make some money. All right, let's get in here. Long AMD, 5,000 shares. I got a stop loss here at about 10 cents here. All right, things aren't looking good. It's not looking good. Oh, it's about to hit my stop. It's okay. I thought I had that one. All right, I'll sell. I'm out. All right. Dang, I just lost $1,000. Ah, damn it. Nah, that's all right. I'll get it back next trade. We'll get it back next trade, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. We're getting short Tesla, 300 shares. We are now short Tesla at $300. We're getting a slight drop and short squeeze out of nowhere. Just, God, come on. That doesn't even, it was a descending triangle pattern. What? Citron Research just tweeted your company's dog crap. You're supposed to drop. And then I get short squeeze and lose another $1,000. What the hell? Stock trading's rigged. Doesn't even... All right. We'll get it on the next one. It's all right. All right, here we go. No big deal. We're only down $4,000 on the day. The penny stocks are coming in hot. I'm going to nail it. 10,000 shares long right here. Honey, sell the car. No grocery shopping for the next month. Accounts blown. Honey, I mean, it's not my fault, okay? Donald Trump said that trade wars had concluded. Respect it. It's not my fault. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly what revenge trading looks like, emotional trading. Okay, maybe I blew it out of proportion just a little bit. But you get the point, ladies and gentlemen. Emotional trading, revenge trading, very dangerous to a trader's career. And in this video, we're going to give you one tip to help you guys fix that issue. So stay tuned. The number one way to control your emotion during trading, it's super simple. See, the problem is with most traders, they're always having to deal with that emotional side of trading, which comes in the form of greed and fear, meaning I'm fearful and I want to exit my trade. I think I'm going to lose more money. Or they get greedy and they go, oh, I'm up this much money, I'm going to take it off, etc., etc. So the number one problem all traders will face at some point in their career is emotion. That's usually in the form of greed or fear. But we're just going to categorize it as a whole into the word emotion. So emotions, that is what really dictates a trader's success. And that is normally where we're all going to have our biggest problem to achieve, or that's going to be the biggest thing we have to overcome throughout our trading career. So you're probably wondering, what is the number one easiest way that you can go about controlling your emotion? See, that's where it's kind of messed up. It's not about how can we control our emotion. It's how do we go about not having emotion. Not having emotion. Connor, what? Not having emotion? That doesn't even make sense. Does it make sense? No. Yes, it does make sense. Let me put it into perspective for you. When you go, if you're a coffee drinker, let's say you drink coffee, or to say you're someone who likes to buy Subway, right? The average cost for a sub at Subway, or the average cost you probably spend for a coffee, ranges from, if it's coffee, $2 to $5. If it's a sub or a sandwich, maybe like $7, right? When you go to buy a coffee, right? Like when I go to Starbucks or something, and I'm like, oh, I want to buy a coffee. Swipe my credit card. Like, this is my card. Swipe it, put the chip in, insert it. Like, I'm paying you for a coffee. Do you really think about it? Honestly, do you? Like, when you go to buy a coffee from Starbucks, if you're a coffee drinker, how much thought do you put into the purchase of that coffee? Do you? Do you even think about it? Probably not. You probably just buy the coffee and go on your way. So what does that mean? If the coffee you bought and you only spent $5 on, and you had no sort of emotional attachment during that purchase, then you clearly know that $5 you spent has zero emotional attachment to you, meaning you are emotionally attached to $5, zero sum. You are literally not attached emotionally to $5. If you can go and spend $20 right now without even thinking about it, then you now know you have zero emotional attachment to $20. If you go out right now and you want to spend $100 and now you're contemplating your purchase, say you want to buy a new TV or a new set of Jordans, which is a worst investment. If you go out and just buy brand new shoes, it's probably the worst investment you can possibly make. So I don't do that personally. But let's say you're someone who wanted to buy a brand new pair of shoes. And you go to the store and now you're contemplating purchasing them because they're $100. So what are you doing right now in the midst of that purchase? You are to yourself saying, Connor, you're about to buy a brand new pair of Nikes that are priced at $100. Is this $100 best spent on these pair of Nikes, or is this $100 best spent on something else, or is this $100 best to be saved or invested? Those may be a couple of the things that cross your mind during the process of you thinking of buying those shoes. So now you've come to the realization, now that you've watched this video, you might think this way. When you go to buy those shoes and you're contemplating the purchase, you've now come to the realization that you are now emotionally attached to $100. That at that point, $100 has now caused you to second guess, reconsider, debate, question, and reconsider, I think I said that twice, your purchase. You've now found that emotionally you are attached to the value of $100. At $100, you have now started becoming concerned. Your emotions are starting to play a role in your decision making, and that decision you're about to make is whether or not you're going to purchase the shoes. So now when I ask you again, if you go and buy a coffee for $5 and you swipe your card, shing, no problem. You're attached to $5 emotionally. You are not attached to it. If you go to buy something worth $20, you swipe your card, no problem. You give them $20 cash, don't think about it. You are not attached to $20 emotionally. If you go to buy something or make a purchase of $100, and at that point you start to question and reconsider your purchase, you've now found the dollar value amount at which you have become emotionally attached, and at which that is the dollar value that you will start to either make bad decisions or reconsider or second guess your decision making. So when you apply that same thinking and same concept to trading, it's very obvious why a lot of traders lose and have problems with emotion. So what do you think it is? What do you think the problem is here? Is it people don't know how to trade? Are some people more emotional than others? Sure. But it's quite simple, ladies and gentlemen. The only reason you are emotional in a trade is because there is money on the line. So if you're someone who has a difficult time managing emotions, controlling those emotions, it's not that you're not good at managing your emotions or controlling your emotion. It's the fact that you've jumped up to a level where you actually become emotional. Okay? It is impossible as a human to shut down your emotion. Sure, as traders, we can say manage your emotions, try and keep them in check, but let's not bullshit anyone. That's just fake news, okay? Because there's no way on earth anybody can completely shut out their emotion. It is just impossible. Unless you were on some type of drugs that suppressed all your emotions, then I could see that's the case. But we're not trying to take drugs to control our emotion to better help us in our trading career. At least we shouldn't be. So don't go that route, ladies and gentlemen. Your best and number one most simple approach to controlling your emotions is figuring out how much money you become emotional with. So, like I said, you can go into your everyday life right now. Go buy a coffee, go buy dinner, go buy a phone, go buy a watch. And when you get to a dollar value amount at which you feel you are starting to second guess your purchase, you have now figured out the dollar value amount that you are now becoming emotional with, which then means when you start trading stocks, you do the same thing. If you buy a stock and buy one share for $20 and you can let that one share sit in the account, do whatever it does, and have no emotional attachment to it, feel nothing if it goes up and feel nothing if it goes down, because the dollar value that you're winning and losing is so small that it doesn't affect your emotions, you know that you now have a comfortable dollar value amount that you can trade with without affecting your emotion, meaning you can make money and lose money without it dramatically playing a role on your emotion, okay? So if I go into a position, I take a trade on a stock and I go in 1,000 shares, if I get in that trade and as soon as it starts going one way or the other, all of a sudden I go, and my heart starts beating, my hands get sweaty, I'm starting to second guess, you might as well get out of the trade, because at that point you've already told yourself you're uncomfortable. Listen to yourself. You're uncomfortable. Okay? Oh, I want to give the trade a little bit of time to work. Get out of the trade. You're not supposed to be there. Okay? At least not at that time and not with that size. So let's say you go in with 1,000 shares. You're feeling a little bit emotional. Drop it down to 500 shares. If you're still feeling emotional, drop it down to 200. Okay? Get to an amount of shares in a stock, whatever one you're purchasing, to the point where you aren't feeling the big swing of emotion. Okay? Right now, I can tell you, if I were to go buy one share of Apple, I wouldn't even care, because it's one share. If it goes up $4 or $5, I'm going to lose $4 or $5, or I'm going to win $4 or $5. That's nothing. Okay? That's the price of my coffee. Okay? If I go in a couple hundred shares and then it moves a little bit and I'm up 100 or 300, $400, yeah, now I'm starting to get a little emotional, because $300, $400, that's a lot of money. And if it goes against me $300, $400, that's a lot of money too. Okay? So, what is your solution? Ladies and gentlemen, your solution here to becoming an emotional, or to, sorry, let me rephrase that. Your solution to not being an emotional trader is to stop putting too much money on the line. Everybody is so concerned with making so much money so quickly that they just F everything up for themselves, okay? If you're so concerned with making so much money and doing it so quickly, what are you going to do? How can you make this much money so fast? What are you going to do? You're going to take a bunch of shares and you're going to get into a trade. You're going to take as many shares as you can to get into a bunch of trade and make it this much money, okay? If you would take a second to stop trying to get rich quick, thinking that trading is just going to work snap of your fingers because you read a few books and you watched a few YouTube videos, again, you're wrong, okay? What you should do is start trading stocks slowly, upping your share size. Start very small and up your share size until you get to a point where you get into a trade and you're nervous as soon as you hit the buy button. So if you're trading 1,000 shares, get in, no problem. You're not feeling crazy, you're good. You go up to 2,000 shares, you get in. As soon as you hit the buy button, you're nervous, boom, exit your trade. You found out that that is too much to work with for you and you're becoming too emotional. Figure out the dollar value or the amount of shares value you can have in each trade per trade without feeling nervous when you click the button, and you have now successfully found your comfort level in the market. And at that point, you will start making better trading decisions. You'll be able to manage your trades better, and you'll probably end up with more winning trades than you are losing trades. So thank you guys again for tuning into the Boiler Room. Always make sure to give us a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Helps our channel grow. And make sure to tune into any of our other videos to continue your learning. And as always, thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys on the next video.